guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about all the common mistakes I see on the reformer. And by common, I mean this is pretty much how we all start on the reformer. And if you don't know any different, then you don't do any different. If you're left wondering why you're not seeing results, why your body's not getting stronger, or why you walk out of class and you're a little bit confused, then this video is for you. Feel free to follow along if you're a little bit more of a tactile learner, but let's go ahead and get started. So today I'm gonna be working on my Equip Pilates classical reformer, but feel free to use whatever you got. We're gonna start lying down on our back. So I'm gonna go ahead and lie down here. I'm gonna be on the balls of my feet in my Pilates V. And what I commonly see go wrong in footwork is the push. So we kind of just start to get into this really bad push and pull and push and pull. And there's a lot of like leg going on in this motion. You can tell by the way the carriage is moving, by the way my quads are blowing up, and by the way I'm banging the carriage when I come back in. So if we talk about our abdominal muscles, our center, we want to be able to keep the abdominal muscles pulling in without tucking. And I'll show you what that looks like when the carriage is open as well. So this is pulling your stomach muscles in to extend the carriage out, which is what we want. My tailbone is heavy on the mat. I'm trying to get as much length through the front of my hip as possible while I'm simultaneously pulling my stomach muscles in. What we don't want is that push from the leg and the tuck of the pelvis. I'm pressing my lower back down. My quads are really active and like almost blown up. And that I see a lot. So as opposed to pushing yourself out from your feet, you want to imagine pulling yourself out from your abdominal muscles. So I'm going to pull my stomach muscles down, lift them up, almost as if I'm sliding my abdominal muscles underneath my rib cage. And as I do that, I'm going to begin to push from my feet, letting the primary mover be my center, my powerhouse, my abdominal muscles. They are all synonymous. And then on the way back in, I'm going to deepen my center, and that's what's going to slow the carriage down on the way back in. Now, if you're struggling with your footwork and it feels really leg heavy and you're getting that tuck of your pelvis and you're not really feeling it in your core, I would say slow down and feel how when you press the carriage out, it's gonna come right back in. That's what the spring is designed to do. So the whole purpose of you being on the reformer is to find resistance, and that resistance starts at your center. Now, with time and through control in your body, you will be able to pick up the pace and find the flow with the control. And it didn't change anything that I was doing. My body just knows to work from my center and not work from my legs. And this goes for all the foot positions. The arches on is going to be the same idea. It's a different sensation in your legs, same connection into your abdominal muscles. You have a little bit more of a hug in your inner thigh because everything is together, but it's not a squeeze. This would be that squeeze. So we let that go and we pull this up. And then on the heels, I'll commonly see people go back to that push action because you have a lot of power in your heels. And I'll also start to see that rocking of the foot. You see how my foot is sort of seesawing back and forth. I'm not truly getting the connection. So the feet flex, they stay still as if they're up against a wall. You lengthen your legs away from your feet again as you pull yourself out from your center. And then you deepen it and you resist it back in. And if you're a teacher, I like to bring my thigh against the student's leg so they can feel that imaginary wall. And I tell them, don't come away from me. And then I tell them, don't push into me, to try to train them to keep their feet exactly where they are, because you really can't see your feet. So you just want to give them a little bit of that feedback. And yeah, guys, it's all about your abdominal muscles. It is all about your powerhouse. And if you can start to figure that out in footwork, which is something that you do every time you do the reformer at the start of the show, then it's going to start to train your body to do all of the rest of the exercises from your center. So if I could leave you with the biggest tip of them all, it's that, yeah, your arms move and your legs move, but we're always doing it from your center, this 360-degree piece around the center of your body. It's very different to move the leg, right? That pushing and pushing, as opposed to pulling in to extend. And experience it, feel it in your body, because it feels completely different. You feel so much more connected. You start to understand where this work is coming from and why Pilates really does change your body, change your mind, and change your spirit. So give it a try, do your footwork better, and always, always, always move from your center. I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye.